Hey everyone, welcome to Online Education Academy today. On today's lesson, we'll be learning how to use this matrix A, to find the cofactor and the cofactor matrix. Right, the cofactors. So the cofactor formula is C, then it's gonna be I, J for rows and columns is equals to -1. This is the formula. Then we have I, J, Ij multiplied by the minor of I, J. Right, this is the formula for cofactors, for finding the cofactor. So this is what we're going to do now. We'll be using this matrix. So let's find the first cofactor, C11, right? It's going to be equals to -1. Then it's going to be actually let me rub here. The formula is going to be I plus J, ne? I plus J. I plus J. So 1, so it's going to be 1 plus 1, the first cofactor of this matrix. Then we're going to close this part and this part. So for the minus, so it's going to be 1 minus 1, 1 and minus 3. So it's 1 minus 1, 1 and minus 3 for the first part, which is going to be equals to 1 plus 1 is 2, right? So with the positive power, -1 to the power 2 is going to give us +1. So we're going to have 1. Then we're going to multiply the determinant of this. The determinant of this -3 times 1 is going to give us, it's going to be times -3. And then 1 times -1, it's going to be -1, right? And then another -1, so it's going to be +1 plus 1. -3 plus 2 is going to give us -2 times 1. Then our final answer is -2. This is the first cofactor, C11. We're going to find all the cofactors of this matrix so that we can find a cofactor matrix, right? So now we are on C12. C12, we are here. So you're going to close this part and this part. So we're going to have -1 to the power 1 plus 2. Because our I is 1, then our J is 2. 1 plus 2. And then we're going to have 1 minus 1, -1 and -3. 1 minus 1, then -1 and -3, which is going to be equals to -1 to the power 3. It's going to give us -1. Here we have -1 multiplied by -3 times 1. It's going to give us -3. -1 times -1 is going to give us +1. Then the minus is going to be -1. -3 minus 1 is going to give us -4 times -1. It's going to be +4. Our second cofactor is +4. And then C13. After this video, you'll be understanding how to find the cofactor of a matrix, because we're going to find all of the cofactors. C13, now it's going to be -1 to the power of 1 plus 3. This I made a video of it because it used to give me a challenge, but now I'm teaching it so that others can learn as well. Okay, so now we are on the third part, right? So we're going to close here. We're going to have 1, 1 minus 1 and 1 again. This is 1, 1 is the minor. Then we have minus 1 and 1. Minus 1 and 1. So, alright. So minus 1 to the power 4 is going to give us positive 1. So we're going to positive 1, multiply, then 1 times 1, it's 1. Then negative 1 times 1 is negative 1. Then another negative 1 is going to be plus 1, positive 1. 1 plus 1 is 2 times 1 is 2. So here we're just going to have 2 is our 1, 3. And then we're going to have the cofactor 1, 4. Which is going to be minus 1 to the power of 1 plus 4. And then we have our minor. Actually, I made a mistake there. Let me scratch. Let me start over. Because there's no 1, 4. We are on 2 now. Let's say 2, 1. We are on the second row. 2, 1. We are here. So it's going to be 2 plus 1 here on top. 2 plus 1. Because this is a 3 by 3 matrix. If it was a 4 by 4, then we were going to have 1, 4. But we ended 1, 3 here. And then for our minus, then we're going to close here and here. We should have minus 3, 1, 1 minus 3. So we have minus 3, 1, and then we have 1 and minus 3. 1 and minus 3. Then this is going to give us, going to be equals to negative 1 to the power 3 is going to be negative 1. Minus 3 times 3 is going to be 9 times minus 3. Then 1 times 1 is going to be 1, so it's going to be minus 1 here. 9 minus 1 is 8 times negative 1, which is negative 8. So we have negative 8 here. And then we then going to check C22, right? Then we have C22, which is going to be equals to negative 1 to the power 2 plus 2. So I'm teaching slowly so that you get a grasp of these things. Because when you do everything fast, you don't understand. You think that you understand quickly, then you find out that you don't understand. C22, then we are here, right? You're going to close this part and then close this part. So in this case, what are we going to have? We're going to have 2, 1, minus 1 and minus 3. 2, 1, minus 1 and minus 3. 2, 1, minus 1 and minus 3 is our minor. Then this is what we're going to do. 2 plus 2 is 4 times negative 1. That would give us positive 1. And then multiply by 3 times 2 is minus 6. And then minus 1 times 1 is minus 1. So it's going to be plus 1. Doing a determinant of that. Minus 6 plus 1 is going to be minus 5 times 1. It's minus 5. Then we have negative 5 for our next cofactor. Then we're going to have C23, which is going to be minus 1 to the power 2 plus 3. Then we're going to go and look at the minor of 2, 3. So closing here and here, We have 2 minus 3 minus 1 and 1. 2 minus 3. We have 2 minus 3. Yeah, because we're going to close this part and it's minus 1 and 1. 2 minus 3 minus 1 and 1 is our minor. This is going to be equals to, this one is going to give us negative 1 to the power 5 is going to give us negative 1, right? Negative 1. Then we have 1 times 2, which is 2. And then we have in here minus 3 times minus 1 times minus 3, which is going to give us positive 3. And the negative there is going to be minus 3. 2 minus 3 is minus 1. Minus 1 times minus 1 is going to give us 1. So we have 1 here for C23. Then we're going to have C24. No, 24 is not there. Then we are on 3 now. C31. We are almost done with our cofactors. Then after then we can determine the cofactor matrix. So 3,1. Okay, let's first say it's equals to minus 1 to the power 3 plus 1. These numbers we're always getting them from here, row and column, row and column, row plus column, right? And then for our minus for 3,1, then we'll check here. Then if we close here and close here, we have minus 3, 1, 1 and minus 1. Minus 3, 1, 1 and minus 1. Right, we can double check. So if minus 3, 1, 1 and minus 1 is our minus. Minus 3, 1, 1 and minus 1. Which is going to be equals to, then 3 plus 1 is 4, right? Negative 1 to the power 4. This is going to give us positive 1. Positive 1 minus 1 times minus 3. That's going to give us positive 3. 3. And then 1 times 1. That's going to give us 1. Minus, it's going to be minus 1. Which is going to be equals to 3 minus 1 is 2. 2 times 1. That's going to give us 2. So we have another 2 here. And then we're going to go to C3, 2. Which is still going to be minus 1 to the power 3 plus 2. So you really find a video where they do all the cofactors. That's why I wanted to do all of them. So 3, 2. And then let's go to our matrix again to find the 3, 2. So we are here. So you're going to close this part and this part. So we're going to be having 2, 1, 1 and minus 1. 2, 1, 1 and minus 1 as our minus. So it's 2, 1, 1 and minus 1. Right, let's go and double check. So it's 2, 1. So because we're going to close here, it's 2, 1, 1 and minus 1. So this is our minus for 3, 2. Then negative 1 to the power 5 is going to give us negative 1. And then negative 1 times 2 is going to be negative 2. 1 times 1 is 1. Then it's going to be minus 1. Minus 2 minus 1 is minus 3 times negative 1, which is going to give us 3. So we have 3 there. Our last cofactor, C33. We are done now. It's going to be minus 1 to the power 3 plus 3. And then let's go and look for our cofactors. Then we're going to close this part for 3, 3. So we have 2 minus 3, 1 and 1. We have 2 minus 3, 1 and 1. Which this is going to give us positive 1 multiply by 1 times 2 is 2, and then 1 times minus 3 is minus 3, and then this is going to be plus 3, which is going to be 2 plus 3 is 5 times 1, that's going to be 5. Then we've found our cofactors, and then we can do a cofactor matrix. Say can do a cofactor matrix. Cofactor matrix. Cofactor matrix, right? So the cofactor matrix, the matrix made up of the cofactors. So if they say determine the cofactor matrix, so we're gonna check here. We're gonna start from C 1 1 2 1 3. We have minus 2 4 and 2. So it's minus 2 4 and 2. And then for the second one, we're gonna start from 2 1. So it's minus 8 minus 5 and 1. So it's minus 8 minus 5 and 1. Minus 8 minus 5 and 1. Then we have 2 3 and 5. 2 3 and 5. Two, 3 and 5. So this makes up our cofactor matrix. It's our cofactor matrix. So this is how to find. This is a video of how to find, if you're given matrix A, how to find the cofactors of matrix A. This is how you find the cofactors. So we dealt and found all of the cofactors. After finding the cofactors, and then you can use that cofactor to make the cofactor matrix. Thank you very much for your time. Please subscribe for more learning content on Online Education Academy ZA.